Now at 5, our weather impact alert is over, but the impact of flooding and landslides still being felt.
Loads of stuff just floating out in the river here, and it was kind of like a minefield.
Plus a tragic reminder of the dangers of flood waters after a man was swept away on Friday.
By the time the water's going over these roads, it's moving.
And the efforts of more than 1,000 volunteers to ensure local families have a holiday meal.
We're not just going to be done tonight. This is something that continues on year round.
Thanks so much for joining us here at 5. I'm John Adams. We're on the other side of a storm system that brought heavy rain and winds across our region. This week's heavy rains cresting local rivers, causing some significant flooding in areas and landslides in others. The aftermath of the flooding has worked its way downstream into the Willamette and Columbia. It forced the cancellation of a cherished Christmas event. Our Jake Holter joins us from the newsroom with more. Jake?
Yeah, that's right, John. The Christmas Ships Parade was canceled last night after the rivers were deemed too dangerous to boat in. The Willamette River was still very high and moving fast when I was down at the marina earlier.
Yeah, that kind of current can really turn things sideways pretty quick.
Christopher Sloggett is the captain of the schooner Rose, which is docked at River Place Marina. He says he's never seen so much debris in the Willamette as he did Friday.
There were so many logs in the water that you could walk across the river log to log. It was really something to see.
As a charter boat, he says people booked Friday night for a good vantage point for the Christmas Ships Parade, but it wasn't meant to be due to the debris.
Checking their Facebook throughout the day, knowing the amount of logs that were actually on the water, of which about 2 hours before the Christmas ships were going to go on, we saw that they canceled. So we already had a bunch of people booked for the night. We ended up taking them out, and everyone still had a really nice night.
The schooner Rose, a large boat, however, and Portland Fire and Rescue Harbor Master Sean Whalen says people who want to go out into the river right now themselves should rethink that.
What I would say to anybody is unless you have to go in the river right now, there's absolutely no reason to go in it.
He says the debris from the flooding and the swiftness of the river makes it very dangerous.
Again, you just can't get out of the way of those things fast enough in a lot of cases, especially if you're looking the other way and it comes up behind you.
He asks those who want to get out on the water to wait it out.
Wait till the water comes down, the flow comes down, the debris washes through, and then it's, much safer to go into the water.
And the Christmas ships are back tonight as scheduled, but the Christmas Ships Parade posted on Facebook that route modifications may have to be made as conditions require. John?
All right, Jay, good to see the ships at least coming back for maybe part of the route tonight. Thank you. Floodwaters claimed the life of a man in Yamhill County on Friday morning. Authorities say the driver went around signs indicating the road was closed, then was swept away in the high water. This was in Sheridan, not far from where Southwest DeYoung Road crosses the South Yamhill River. Our Catherine Cook was there.
Nightfall after a sobering day in Yamhill County. Road closure signs halted drivers in several spots after floodwater jumped the banks of the South Yamhill River. In Sheridan, these signs warned away drivers on DeYoung Road. But Friday morning, authorities say one man drove around them and into danger.
I mean, it's just a tragedy all the way around.
Yamhill County Sheriff Sam Elliott says the 52-year-old man from Amity drove through this fast-moving water and died. We ask for permission to show you a closer view of how powerful the water still is. Witnesses say the man's car drifted away in this. At one point, he got out, only to disappear in the water and drown.
I'll just re-encourage folks in the community to be trustful of the signs that have been posted. Encourage people not to go past the road closure or high water signs for their safety.
It floods every year. It's just how bad.
Robert Wilson lives next to the closure. He says every year this area floods at different places and depths along the road, making it even more unpredictable and dangerous.
By the time the water's going over these roads, it's moving. It's not like you're just in a lake with a puddle.
Sheriff's officials say a water rescue team from the Salem Fire Department and a Yamhill County resident with swift water training recovered the victim's body. Officials are heartbroken and hope others will always recognize and obey these signs whenever and wherever they're up.
The water is still completely over the road down here to the north, and the road is still closed.
In Sheridan, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Well, there are still some evacuation notices in effect for parts of Clackamas County. There's a level 3 go now order in effect for this landslide in Welches. It's at the south end of the East Salmon River and Welches Road. And in Oregon City, there's a new level 2 be set notice for a potential of a landslide. That's on Applegate Terrace, west of Peter Skeen Way. It includes all homes on Barlow Road, north of Knightsbridge Road, Fauver Road, and Wilcox Road. Today, Clackamas County did, however, lift all of the evacuation notices along the river as floodwaters recede, allowing people to return to their homes. Across the county, about 300 people were forced to leave.
We said, that's it, just let's button her up and get the hell out of here. But I think it's about a foot, probably between a foot and a half.
A landslide has forced the closure of Salmon River Road and Welch's Road and closed leading to the Salmon River trailhead. The county is asking hikers to avoid the area while they clear that trail. Well, here's a live look outside this evening. With just a few hours left of fall, we're seeing dry conditions now, and that will continue for the first part of the day tomorrow. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri has more on what we can expect for the first day of winter. Joe?
You know, it's hard to believe tomorrow is the first day of winter, considering I feel like we've been in the middle of winter for the last couple of weeks, especially with the rain. I'll get to the forecast for tonight and tomorrow in a quick second, but I want to talk about the river levels. The good news is, John, all the river levels are falling from the Clackamas River, Johnson Creek, and all the way down into Nehalem along the Oregon coast. But I am paying close attention to Johnson Creek as well as the Nehalem near Tillamook. They're the two places that are dealing with some minor flooding. Cleaning up all this is going to take weeks, if not months. Of course, we talked about some of those closures along the coast range, but we are going to be seeing some drier weather heading into your overnight hours. And we just saw 4/100ths of an inch of rain for the rainfall amounts in downtown Portland today. Considering what we saw just a couple of days ago, that is a nice little break. You travel over the mountain passes tonight and into tomorrow, you are going to be seeing some snow showers, and they will be picking up later tomorrow night and into Monday. Winter weather advisory is in effect, but you'll notice we'll just see some morning showers here and there to start things off, but by the afternoon is when those showers pick up, and we will be seeing a threat of thunderstorms over the next couple of days. I'll talk more about that in my detailed forecast, but in downtown Portland, we're looking at a temperature of 49 degrees. Tomorrow, a chance for some morning showers, but we really turn wet by the afternoon, and if you travel over the Oregon Cascades, again, expect to see some heavy mountain snow. If you're hoping, does that translate into a chance to open up for the ski resorts? It's not going to be enough to open up, but at this point, I think a lot of skiers and snowboarders and, of course, the managers up at the resorts will take what they can get.
That's right, Joe. People are hoping it opens up soon. Thank you. New here at 5, a woman is dead and a man is in police custody after a deadly stabbing this morning. Just after 6, Portland police were called to a disturbance at an apartment on Southeast Stark in the Hazelwood neighborhood. Officers found the victim's body and also detained a man at the scene. No other suspects are being sought, but police asked for any witnesses to share with them what they know. An update today to a deadly collision between a car and a pedestrian. Woodburn police say they have arrested 18-year-old Michael Bauer after he allegedly hit and killed Jens Learback Friday afternoon near James Street and Tierra Lynn Drive. Officers say evidence shows Bauer was under the influence at the time and was booked on DUII and manslaughter. The investigation is ongoing. New tonight, the McMinnville Fire District is investigating what sparked a massive commercial fire Friday night. This happened off of Highway 18 in the southwest part of town at around 11:30. The first crews to arrive found the building fully engulfed in flames and called for more support. They were able to put out the fire without any injuries and kept it from spreading to other buildings. Well, check this out. Volunteer drivers lined up early to help deliver 3,000 food boxes to families in need this holiday season. This is the Sunshine Division's largest annual meal delivery event in 103 years. Today at Portland International Raceway, more than 1,500 volunteers made sure this tradition served more families than ever before.
So we open up the sign up at the beginning of November, and what normally would take 3 or 4 weeks and would usually fill by about Thanksgiving was filled in a matter of days by the end of that week. And so it's really startling to me how many people are turning to Sunshine Division and food pantries across the state right now.
One more. Each of the 3,000 clients who signed up for a food box this year received a holiday meal with all of the fixings. The Sunshine Division says those who didn't get there in time can show up Tuesday at its facility at Southeast 124th and Stark Street in Portland to pick up some food pantry items. Well, it's the first round of the college football playoff, and we're bringing you a live look at an Oregon Ducks watch party at Grand Central Bowl on Southeast Morrison. The Ducks are taking on James Madison, and right now it's Ducks 13 and Dukes 3. Art Edwards is down in Eugene and spoke to fans ahead of kickoff.
Well, it is a big day here in Eugene because the Oregon Ducks are playing in their very first home playoff game. The fans, they are really fired up for this one.
Let's go! Let's go! We are all so excited. Get in here, get in here. The weather's fantastic. The crowd's going to be great today. I think you're going to really feel a lot of momentum coming out of Autzen for the next round.
Oh, you just can't overlook them. I think these guys all the way down here were telling me it was a yellow out, but really it's a green out. That's called overlooking them. We can't do that.
You know, I think it's going to be a close game, going maybe 45-43.
Wow.
That's the best I got.
I don't know. I'm talking it'll be low scoring. Both defenses are awesome.
We even caught up with the family of one of the Ducks players, safety Dylan Thieneman. The whole family is here.
It means a little bit more to be a Duck this year, so we're really excited for the game.
Oh, I think it's a great opportunity to show the Ducks to show who they are. It's a step 1 of 4.
The energy here, the atmosphere here is top notch. You know, since the Oregon fan base has welcomed us in. You know,
we'll have highlights of the ball game and reaction after the game coming up tonight at 11. Reporting from Eugene, Art Edwards, KGW Sports.